Hello, this is Annie here. I am a computer science student in Delft University of Technology, and today I am going to show you how to use conditional formatting in a way to, it's a little bit more advanced because we are going to use formulas, but conditional formatting is a feature in Excel that is supposed to help you visualize your data and also helps you to outline differences in your data, which is a very useful feature for companies, also for different kind of statistics and so on. So let's start. Suppose we've got a chain of shops that we manage. These shops are Kruidvat, which is a very famous chain of shops for cosmetics in the Netherlands. So we have a few cities for which we need to basically make sure that they reach the target. Each city has a different target based on, of course, the size of the city, the factors such as if it's a touristic city or if it's like a student city, if it's a big or small city. So Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Den Haag have the biggest targets. The other cities such as Delft and Groningen, for example, have lower target. So we want to first to start with a calculation of what's the monthly profit turnover for each of these cities. We start with just a very simple basic sum formula to calculate all these values, the sum of all these values. So that's it. The first formula is just like that. So we want to expand it till the end here. And we can do that instead of doing it manually, again, typing sum and so on. We just click on the bottom right corner on the field with the formula. And it expands. That's great, but it's still not visible. There's something kind of missing. So it's not, we don't really want to go and manually compare, okay, we've got 29,000 here, but the target is 25 UP. That's great. We've got an excellent result. No, we want to do that like automatically and focus only on the features, not on the features, but on the results that matter to us, meaning results that are lower than the target, so that we need to actually do something more, push the employees there more, and so on. Or we want to also focus on the cities with the biggest that actually achieved their target and even overachieved it, so we can give them a bonus or something. So to start with, we want to go to conditional formatting, which is right here. But we first need to select the part on our data that we actually want to apply the conditional formatting on. So I selected the month because that's the thing that actually matters to me most right now. So I want to go to conditional formatting. Then instead of creating a new rule, because we want to create more than one, and by creating a new rule, once it's done, it closes it. So we have to again go to conditional formatting, new rule, which is kind of annoying. So I would prefer to make it from manage rules option instead. So we have this here. Now to create a new rule, we just simply click a new rule. I'm just going to put this here so everything is visible. We want to use a formula to determine which cells we want to format. So in our case, first we want to make sure that we paint the cells that did not achieve the target in red color. So we need to choose the first cell here. However, since we actually need to move down the cells, and these dollar signs here actually fix the cell, we want to move down on the F. So in this case, we keep the dollar sign on the F column because F stays constant, and we remove the dollar sign on this value here, so it can go down. Then we want to make sure that we paint only the values that are less than the value we need. Then we will use the VLOOKUP formula, which consists of a few parameters. The first one is the value that we are looking for. In our case, what's common between this table here and this table here? Well, I believe you will see that's the names of the cities. So we want to look for the name of the city, which in this case is Amsterdam. But we want to do the same thing, like we want to be able to move down. So we remove the $sign here. Then the second parameter is where to look for this value, but we don't want to look it up here because we obviously need to perform this analysis here. We want to look it up in this data range. Then the third option, the third parameter is to include the value that we are looking for. So we want to look for the target value and compare that with the monthly value we got. So we want to return column number 2 in this case. This is the first column, this is the second one. And there's the final parameter that specifies what exactly to return. So that's what we want. And we want to format it in bold. And also we want to make sure it's red. So our formatting will look like that. Okay. Then we want to create one more rule the same way. So actually, let's first make sure that this formula works. Yep, it works. So it compared the values to the left with the values of the target and just painted in red everything that didn't reach the target. Of course, the rest will be probably, let's see how many will be over the target. So we create a new rule the same way. We want to look for this value. We want to compare this value actually. Another easy way to remove the $signs is by pushing F4 on your keyboard. So that's not what we want, right? We want to fix the F column. So that's what we want. This time we want it to be over the target. So we are looking for the city again. We modify it the same way. And, oops, sorry, actually I missed the VLOOKUP. So we are looking for the Amsterdam value, which is like that. Then the second parameter is the location where we are looking for this value. Then the returned column is the target column. So that's what we would need to compare with. So this is the second column. And we want to look for exact match. Then we want to format this in green. So we know that our employees did a great job and we can eventually give them some kind of a bonus. And we click apply. So that's basically it. Now, we've got this already. I just want to show you before finishing a few more interesting and easy types of conditional formatting. So I will apply. Let's say we want to check also here. We can use a few options such as data bars, color scales, or icon sets. Data bars can actually show us which is the which cell contains the lower value, which cell contains the higher value, highest value. So in our case, yeah, it has different colors, doesn't matter. But obviously this has the highest value, and this one is with the lowest value. Another type is the color scales, which allows us to check out the distribution of the data. In this case, we can choose this option, which highlights the lowest value in kind of a reddish color and the highest value in green. Or we can do the opposite or a few more options. It's up to you. So let's say we want to do it that way. And the last thing I want to show you is the icon sets that basically they separate the data into 3 to 5 sets, if I can say so. And based on that, it puts different icons in front. So let's say this is a good one. I'm just going to expand a little. So you can see, well, that's how it looks. So this is a great value. These are not as good. And these are like middle kinds of values. So how does Excel calculate and decides where to put which icon? Excel automatically calculates the 33rd percent and the 67th percent. So everything that's below 33% is marked with a red cross. Values between 33 and 67% are with yellow exclamation mark. And finally, the values that are above 67% are marked with a green check mark. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you some other time. Have a nice day. Bye.